Jonas Vingegaard has cracked Tadej Pogačar on the climb of the Mont Ventoux.
What's happened? Christophe Vertoux a pris et qu'est-ce qu'il
Last time one of the yellow jersey was on Mont Ventoux, he was running. Will you be running tomorrow?
I hope not.
Stage 11, perhaps the most hotly anticipated of this Tour de France. Nearly 200 kilometres between Sorgues and Malaucène, with 2 climbs of the iconic Mont Ventoux. But before the fireworks on the Giants of Provence, there was already a big battle to get into the breakaway. A fast and furious start in much warmer conditions. The intermediate sprint came early between 2 minor climbs, but the pace was too high for most of the sprinters. The riders covering 47 kilometres in the first hour, with the world champion on the attack.
Julian Alaphilippe is on one of those days. This is a bit of a mission. 13% on this climb.
The first climb was short but steep, and Nairo Quintana was unable to keep pace with Alaphilippe. More riders though now attacking from the peloton. Alaphilippe scooping up maximum points at the sprint to help protect the green jersey of his teammate Mark Cavendish. He was then happy to let a few chasers bridge across.
So good situation there for Mark Cavendish. None of his rivals were able to pick up a significant amount of points in that intermediate sprint.
Alaphilippe joined by Dan Martin, Anthony Perez and Pierre Rolland. 4 men in the lead, followed by a chase group of around a dozen riders, including Benoit Cosnefroy, Greg Van Avermaet and 3 men from Trek Segafredo, Julien Bernard, Bauke Mollema and Kenny Elissonde. Wout van Aert was the highest placed on GC, some 27 minutes down on Tadej Pogačar. Well, after the day's second climb, the leaders had a gap of around a minute on the chasers. The peloton 2 minutes back, meanwhile, and being driven along by the Ineos Grenadiers. They were working for their leader, Richard Carapaz. Still 120 kilometres to go as the men at the front tackled the first Category 1 climb of the day, the Col de la Liguière.
And at the top of the climb, it's going to be Dan Martin who takes the summit of the Col de la Liguière. They've been behind for a long time, but it looks now like they are finally going to reach the back of this group of riders.
The Van Aert group catching the Alaphilippe group as they approach the foot of the Ventoux for the first time. 16 riders in the lead with 5 minutes in hand over the peloton. And going on to the climb from Sceaux for just the second time in Tour de France history.
Julian Alaphilippe, who attacks now.
Alaphilippe on the hunt for more King of the Mountains points and upping the tempo around halfway up the climb. Only 6 riders were able to stay with him. Van Aert, Bernard, Elissonde, Perez, Luc Durbridge and Sandro Merisa. Just before the summit, Mollema managed to drag his way back into the lead group, making it 8 men up at the front.
There goes Julian Alaphilippe. Does he fancy some polka dots? He's going to give it a go. Alaphilippe reaches the top of the Ventoux for the first time. 10 points in the pocket.
Quatre minutes 50, c'est le retard au sommet. Quatre minutes 55. 4 minutes 55. The gap over the back. 4:55.
We're only just inside 5k to the Mont Ventoux for the final time. Julien Bernard leads and his job is done. Huge attack now. This is Kenny Elissonde, the Frenchman, as he goes clear now on the lower slopes of the Mont Ventoux. And here goes Wout van Aert as he attacks Alaphilippe and he attacks Bauke Mollema. Wout van Aert dreaming of a stage win in the Tour de France. Tadej Pogačar, how is he feeling? His face is poker face.
Ben O'Connor here, he's gone so deep. He's getting caught from riders from behind. Now he looks like he's starting to crack.
That the best form of defence is to go on the attack. Here goes the white jersey. Jonas Vingegaard goes on the move. What has this young Danish rider got in the legs? Carapaz and Uran don't have the response. Jonas Vingegaard has cracked Tadej Pogačar on the climb of the Mont Ventoux. This is the crest of the Mont Ventoux for the second time. Wout van Aert goes over the top, gets himself set. The stage win is down at the bottom of the descent. Wout van Aert is going to ride in here to the race finish with an emotional moment. He turns around, he gets himself set with a 32.5 kilometre lone breakaway. It's 4 wins in the Tour. Wonderful Wout. Well done Trek Segafredo, second and third to Ellison and Mollema. Jonas Vingegaard is the first rider to crack the yellow jersey, and now Tadej is going to say to him, well, you tried, but I'm still going to beat you on the stage.
Personally, it was really hard to come in this tour on a proper level. And the first week we had so many bad luck with the team. Even today we lost again Tony Martin in a crash. It's just so nice that if you keep being motivated and you keep believing it, then someday it will work out. So really proud. Maybe it's my best victory ever.
Van Aert taking his 4th win on the Tour de France. Mont Ventoux still belongs to the Belgians after Thomas de Gent's win at Chalet-Renard in 2016. Pogačar put under a bit of pressure by Vingegaard, but he extends his advantage to 5 minutes and 18 seconds. O'Connor slips down to 5th. Cavendish had no trouble beating the time cut today. He stays in the green jersey ahead of Michael Matthews. No points for Quintana, but he remains in polka dots ahead of Wout van Aert. Pogačar still leads Vingegaard in the youth classification, with Aurélien Paré-Peintre nearly 25 minutes back in 3rd. Our focus now switches to stage 12 in Nîmes, where Cavendish has a chance to match Eddy Merckx.